Coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. It's no secret, friends, you have a purpose and you have the highest potential. Dream it, believe it, achieve it. So dream big, truly believe in it, and achieve it 100% to live the life fullest. And I want to join hands with you on this mission to learn and grow together, to engage, enlighten, and empower. Yes, this is solo episode of your host Jyoti G on Stars of Learning podcast. Let's begin. There are two phrases which I have used few years back many times. I don't have time when I was working, or time pass during weekends. And now I'm constantly hearing this with my friends, family, relatives, colleagues, or even clients. And I'm sure you would have also heard this too, right? And I want to caution people that time stays and people pass away. So you will agree with me, right, that everyone in this world living in East or West, rich or poor, any part of the world, men or women or kids, have one thing in common. That is 24 hours in a day. And today's topic is time pass or no time. Eat that ugly frog first thing. I follow many thought leaders, and one among them is Brian Tracy. And I love his proven techniques, and the strategy, what he uses on the time management has helped me to scale. And in fact, even one of my manager introduced me to this concept on prioritizing my to-do list. And that's how I embraced Brian Tracy's technique. However, you might be wondering, right? Some people achieve more and more in the same 24 hours what we have, and some people are unable to do anything at all. Why? I've heard many thought leaders, and I've asked them their secrets who come on my podcast, and they one thing what they say is using journal on a daily basis. And I have discussed about this in length in my episode number 17. Do watch out that. And when you plan your daily activities, right, it is also important to prioritize all your to-do list. Here I'm referring to one of the tools provided by Brian Tracy called ABCDE method, and that is all tasks which we perform on a daily basis. It should be categorized as A, B, C, D, or E. So you might be wondering, right, what is this ABCDE method? So friends, it's a powerful priority setting technique that you can use on your daily to-do list. So this technique is so simple, effective for you to reflect on what you plan to do, and it will also help you to prioritize all the tasks on a daily basis for you to be productive and efficient in whatever you plan to do. So this method helps you to take action with clarity, friends. And Brian Tracy says that there's a nice quote which he says, every minute spent in planning saves as many as 10 times in your execution. So it's important to start your day by planning. So to begin, you need to make a list of all the things what you want to do for the day and maybe upcoming days, and mark against each activity what you have planned, right? Mark against it as A, B, C, D, E. So let's understand, what are these A, B, C, D, E? They are different categories. So you need to park your to-do list in these categories. So it'll make more sense in what you plan to achieve on your daily basis. So let's begin with the A category tasks. So A category task is considered as something very important. This is something you must do, and this is something that will have a serious consequences if you have not dealt at that time or at that moment. Okay, it could be something like, some task given by your client and you need to act on it immediately, right? And there could be a report which your boss is asking for a upcoming board meeting that you need to act on it. Yeah, or there could be a bill submission on your personal front and by that particular time, so it has to be done. So these are some kind of a task which will get into your A category. Sometimes you may have more than one task as a category. Then you need to label it as A1, A2, A3. Okay, and not more than that, because it will not make any sense, because the essence of very important will be lost if you have a huge length of you know A category tasks. Okay, and when you do that A1, A2, A1 would be your highest priority task which you need to complete on that particular day. And Brian says that, there's a rule, what he says, A category tasks are your big ugly frogs, which should be dealt as very important critical tasks. As when you deal with that, right, it'll bring you closer to your goals and that will lead you to success. So you need to start focusing on them. Yeah. So now the next category is B. The B category task, that you should do, but it has only mild consequences if you fail to do them. So these items Brian Tracy says is as a tadpoles of your life and not that big frog. Okay. So B tasks are small things. For example, reviewing your emails, discussions on performance improvement, and activities which can be postponed if necessary. Hence, you should resist the temptation of never getting distracted by looking at a tadpole when there is a huge frog sitting on your plate. And this is the habit which you need to practice to focus and get things done, friends. And Brian's rule is that you should never do a B task when there is still a task on your plate. Yeah. Move on to the C category task, and this is denoted as something that would be nice to do for you, and these tasks will have no consequences whether you do it or not. Okay, this will not have any effect at all, and they are also very quick and easy to accomplish. And for example, that could be like, having a coffee or a lunch with your colleagues, or attending a celebration of your family or a friends, returning the phone calls. And these tasks, right, don't make any impact on your goals, but then it connects. Again, Brian, what he says is that you should not work on C task when there is B or A task still pending. So that should be the caution. And then label your categories as appropriate from your to-do list. So now let's move on to the D category task, friends. This is something very important. Please pay attention, because not many people are comfortable doing the D category task. Okay. The D category task is something you need to delegate to someone else. So you should delegate the work, what you're doing, as much as possible to other people who are good at it. What will it do to you? It'll help you to engage in your A task, which is very important, as that A task is a differentiator for your professional and personal life, right? Secondly, what it does when you delegate your task, it will empower you to collaborate with your team in enabling them to work independently. And again, Brian rule is to delegate tasks only which others are good at, as this could lead you to progress in your goals. Now the last task of ABCDE method is E category task, and that is something you should eliminate altogether. Okay, you should stop doing irrelevant tasks because that's no longer necessary for you to do. Yeah, so you should think through from your to-do list, is that adding any value to your goals or achievement or for your success? If not making any sense, those are all your irrelevant tasks, so knock off from your to-do list. If you spend too much time on them which is not adding value to your goals, And you will also realize this is not making any serious effect also if it's not done. So don't bother much, mark it as E, and don't work on those tasks at all. And in the process, when I was doing ABCDE task, friends, I also wondering what happens if there is a new task coming, if there is a new project being assigned when I'm already having my to-do list. So what Brian says is that you should not work on anything on the list, else you will end up doing which is not adding value to your main goals. So what does this mean? You don't have to react immediately to all the demands coming to your end. Yeah. And you need to review each of it and only then move that task appropriately into the ABCDE category. So you have a control on what task you want to achieve and you don't lose control of your time. So you have clarity on what you want to achieve. So that's the intent of doing ABCDE category of all the to-do list you have. So to conclude, friends, now that you are aware of what is ABCDE, your first and foremost priority would be for you to review your to-do list, okay? Uh, and put ABCDE category next to each task as per your priority and relevance, okay? Discipline and consistency is the key, and only you can do that. And the key to making this ABCD work also. So this will be the best time management tool for you if you practice it every single day. And ensure you focus on your 8 task, friends, because eating that ugly big frog first is very important. And do not move to any other things until that task is complete. That's the essence of ABCDE method. Okay. And I want to bring in Jim Rohn, who says, motivation is what gets you started, but habit is what keeps you going. So you need to build that habit. So be assured that time management is a great way to balance your work and your personal life in a way you want to live, in a way you have designed your life. Yeah. So for that, what you need to do is simple. Practice this ABCDE method every day to get all your time to do the important things only. And that magic can happen only when you start delegating and stopping to do irrelevant tasks. Making sense? Please develop the habit of practicing this, as your future will also be assured when you practice it every single day. So friends, wishing you all the very best in time management. I will look forward to your views and comments on how you are using this ABCDE technique impacting your time management. And I'll be sure to follow up with you when you leave a comment or a review. Yeah. And I'm your host, Jyoti Ji from Stars of Learning podcast, signing off. Thank you.